Your heart is calling you for something so much bigger and more. You are longing for something, my beautiful friend. And there is a reason why you feel this deep desire within you to live a different life, to reach a certain goal, to be a certain way. There's this deeper calling within your soul that you can't really even describe. And the thing is, that you are someone special. You might be a starseed. You are someone whose vibration is rising right now, and it is rising through a lesson. It is rising through a current experience that may feel like punishment, that may feel like it's actually something that is not serving you. What I'm seeing here is you're being elevated. You're being transformed to a highest timeline, but more than a highest timeline, to a better version of yourself through this period of time, through this chaos. And if you're not in chaos, it could just be a certain phase of your life that you're in that feels stagnant, that feels uncertain in some sort of way or form. It's like you're not seeing the full picture here. You sort of have the veils a little bit because you're not seeing the bigger picture. Because of what you're feeling and going through, you're thinking, okay, but how is this serving me? Or when am I going to see the results? Like, when am I going to see things progress? When am I going to make it to the finish line? But what I'm seeing here is you're being called for more, like your heart is nudging you in a certain direction. But it's challenging because while your heart is nudging you in a certain direction, what you're used to mentally, what you thought was possible is getting in the way. Like your limiting beliefs is getting in the way. Your old self is getting in the way. But your new self is calling you because it's time. It's time for you to ascend. It's time for you to become your best version. It's time for you to step out of your comfort zone. It's time for you to embrace on the new. And one of the things that I feel with this divine message is you're being called to your soul family. There's this huge energy around soulmate. This could be a romantic soulmate, but also even like your soul family. More like-minded individuals, more like-minded spirits who have lifted you and support you in you fulfilling your life's purpose. You are the pillar of light. You are the bringer of messages. And when I say messages, I mean like you are someone here to bring light. You are someone who's here to uplift others, not bring them down. You only want the best for everyone around you. And so you keep having this longing feeling because you're here for more. You're not here to be little. You're not here to fit in. You're not here to live a normal life. You're here to shine. You're here to lead in some sort of way or form. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be traumatic. It doesn't have to be like this big, huge thing. But maybe it is. But you're here to be the creator. You're here to create something, to excel at something. But first, you have to go through that shadow work period. And you have already done shadow work. You have sat with that version of you, that inner version of you that is uncomfortable to sit with. But there's still some more work to be done, is what I'm seeing and feeling here. The universe, your angels, are inviting you to sit with your shadow self one more time and look at her or him right in the face. What are those aspects of yourself that you're not really taking accountability for? What are the aspects of yourself that you feel ashamed of or not really proud of? What are the aspects of yourself that you deny, that you don't even like to recognize because it's that shameful? Do you feel regret in some sort of way or form for yourself, with yourself? When it comes to your shadow self, where or what could you be suppressing? Where or what could you take accountability on? And I'm also hearing from your shadow self, how can you show that shadow version more compassion instead of you bringing them down and saying, you know, what I did was awful. I shouldn't have done that. I should have learned this lesson. What? I'm so stupid. I don't learn. I made that mistake, you know, a year ago or whatever time ago, and it's still haunting me. And I never learned. I never progressed. Instead of doing that, how can you actually show yourself some love and compassion? How can you be more patient with yourself? Is what your shadow self is saying. Your shadow self wants to be friends with you. Your shadow self wants you to learn to accept it and give it love more. Okay? So whenever you mess up, whenever you feel stuck, whenever you feel uncertain, whenever you don't feel your best, that is when you need to show up for yourself the most. Wouldn't that what you would do for a friend, for someone that you love, is show up for them at their lowest? Then do that for yourself. Specifically for someone like you that is in this unique, beautiful journey of finding the true meaning of life, of building a life for themselves that is not the ordinary. Like, there's nothing ordinary about you. And that's why your life is so challenging. Your soul specifically chose this because you are meant for more, because you are greater, you are capable, you are a goddess, a queen, a king, a warrior. You have the toughest battle because you are one of the strongest. You are a starseed. You are a divine being of light and love, meant for so much more. But in the process, I'm also feeling here, it's important for you to indulge. It's important for you to have fun, to enjoy, to play, to have experiences, go out and explore new places. Maybe this is traveling for you. Something about water as well. Maybe you're someone that enjoys water, or you're a water sign, or you like the beach. Maybe you need to hydrate yourself more too. Indulge in more fun things, specifically during this transition, because you're being ascended in a way that I don't know if you know. And you know, for a while you have been feeling quite defensive because it just feels like a lot that you're carrying on your shoulder. But you're desiring to have more fun. You're desiring to be connected to life again. You're desiring to feel free again, to have the freedom, to have the right people around you. People who you don't have to ask to treat you a certain way, or ask for their respect and their loyalty, or how to treat you, or how to show up for you. People who are just going to be that automatically because they are your soul family. Your soul family are those that want the best for you and show up for you in the best way, just as you would for them. And the universe is reminding you, you are the creator. Like, you are a manifester. You are capable of doing just everything and anything. Like, you are the unicorn. You are a mermaid. You know what I mean? And you have the skills necessary. You have the strength. You have the willpower to do as you want and as you please and as you desire. It's just your limiting beliefs, your shadow self sometimes stops you from that. But there is so much coming to you. So much optimism. There is so much light. So many opportunities awaiting you. There is so much fruitness, so much fulfillment and joy awaiting for you on the other side of that shadow work. On the other side of you pushing through your limiting beliefs, pushing through the things that you're avoiding to do, whether it is taking action, making certain decisions that are challenging but necessary, whether that is leaving behind a certain person, leaving a job. Like, there's so much that, I felt that heavy on my heart when I said that. So some of you could literally be at crossroads right now. You could literally be stuck in the middle of having to make a very important and pivotal decision. But this decision is so important because it's what's going to determine ultimately how you feel. It's what's going to determine your happiness in your life, how you live life. Because if you are in a job or a relationship where you're not fulfilled, where you're not happy, you will continue experiencing that reality. And I just heard, stop avoiding doing the work, stop avoiding making this decision, stop avoiding doing what you know you need to do. Because it's like, you know what you need to do, you're just not doing it, not fully. You're afraid. Sometimes you have one foot in, sometimes you have one foot out. And this is what's gonna get you to that life that you want, the life that is free, where you don't have to force things, where things are easy, because that is possible here in this human experience. That's what people misinterpret. Like, it's not that life is supposed to be all happy. We will always be expanding, and expansion comes through lessons. That's the only way that we expand, is through lessons, right? However, there is a point that you reach where you can expand and still be happy. There's a point that you reach where you become so wise and understand life that when you go through challenges, you no longer victimize yourself. You no longer allow these things to limit you. You more so go through them with perseverance, with willpower, with assurance. You understand that everything's happening for you, not to you. And that's such a difference. And I feel like that's where I am now. I speak from experience. Things still happen to me. Things are not exactly as I want them to be. I haven't fully reached my goals, but I know that it's a process. And in the meantime, I'm enjoying that process. I'm going with the flow. I'm trusting. I am doing the best that I can. And I am grateful for the things that I have in the now. We're always longing for the finish line. We're always like, okay, but when I get this, once I'm there, once I'm successful, once I have the wealth, once I have the soulmate, once this, once that, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to feel this way. What about now? You know what I mean? What about the now? Learn to live that now and learn to let go of these things that are limiting you and holding you back, and then watch your life transform in ways that you cannot imagine. Your perspective, your mind is everything. Like our thought, I am a strong believer that our thoughts create our reality, and it's because if you think that life is hard, that's what you're going to experience. It's a hard life. If you think that life is hard, but that's just what it is, and you keep going and then things get better, that's what you will experience. And I speak from experience, because that's how I look at life. It is hard. I'm not gonna say it's not hard. It is hard. We go through some challenging things, mentally, emotionally, physically, just things that feel out of our control. So you focus on what you can control and you go from there. Okay, it's all about your perspective, your thoughts, and how your perseverance, how you move through that. My beautiful friend, allow me to remind you that you got this. Okay, you are being ascended, and what I mean by that is your vibration is rising, so you are now being elevated to a new level, to where you will be having different wisdom, higher knowledge, so that you can move through these challenging times in a more understanding way. My beautiful friend, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that this message has reached your heart as it did mine. And no, you're not on the wrong path. That just came through. No, you're not on the wrong path. Flowers are of significance. I just saw a yellow flower, butterflies. 444, 333, 1212. I am sending you so much love and so much light, my friend. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.